What if the universe didn't end with a bang, but with nothing at all? Imagine looking into the night sky tomorrow and seeing every star vanish. Every planet, every galaxy. Not hidden, not destroyed in some distant explosion. Simply gone. And here's the terrifying part. The universe already has an ending written into its physics. Right now, space itself is expanding. Galaxies are separating, and something called dark energy appears to be driving that expansion faster and faster. But what happens if it never stops? The first possibility is almost painfully quiet. Stars would burn through their fuel. New stars would stop forming because the raw material needed to create them would become too scattered across space. One by one, the lights would disappear. Then planets would become frozen worlds drifting through darkness. Eventually, even the last stars would die. But here's the strange part. Nothing dramatic would replace them. No final explosion. No cosmic funeral. Just darkness. As the universe continued expanding, matter would become more isolated, colder, and less active. Over unimaginable stretches of time, the cosmos could approach an almost completely empty, frozen state. But that might not be the universe's most violent ending. Because there's another possibility where space itself becomes the killer. This is where everything gets weird. Suppose dark energy doesn't merely push galaxies apart. Suppose its strength increases. At first, galaxies separate. Then galaxy clusters begin breaking apart. Then stars lose their gravitational bonds. Planets are torn away from their stars. Eventually, even black holes could be ripped apart. This nightmare has a name, the Big Rip. And the deeper it goes, the more disturbing it becomes. Matter itself could be pulled apart. Atoms would no longer remain intact. Everything we know could decay into increasingly disconnected particles and radiation. You wouldn't be watching the universe disappear. You would be watching the rules holding everything together fail. But no one knows whether dark energy actually behaves this way. And that uncertainty opens an entirely different ending. What if gravity wins? Instead of expanding forever, the universe could eventually slow down, stop, and reverse. The galaxies would begin falling toward one another. Stars would collide. Galaxies would merge. Space would become increasingly compressed. Earth would face an impossible barrage of cosmic debris, while temperatures and densities climbed to unimaginable levels. Then, according to the Big Crunch idea, the entire universe could collapse into an incredibly dense state. And this is the major twist. That ending might not actually be an ending. Because if the universe could collapse back into something resembling its earliest state, could that collapse trigger another beginning? Could another Big Bang emerge? And if it did, would anything from our universe survive in the next one? Maybe the most terrifying answer is that we simply don't know. The universe could freeze into darkness. It could rip itself apart. Or gravity could pull everything back together into a final cosmic collapse. 3 endings. 3 completely different fates. But here's the craziest part. None of these endings are happening tomorrow. The universe is almost 14 billion years old. Yet on the timescale of cosmic evolution, its most extreme transformations are unimaginably far away. Earth itself has much earlier disasters waiting. Millions of years from now, Mars's moon Phobos is expected to spiral toward the planet. Far later, Earth faces increasing danger as the sun becomes brighter. Eventually, our planet could become hostile to life long before the universe reaches its final chapter. So the real question isn't simply, how does the universe end? It's this. Does the universe have an ending at all? If the Big Crunch is possible, perhaps collapse could lead to another beginning. A new universe, new stars, new planets, maybe even new forms of life. But if something truly survives that transition, would it still be the same universe? And if absolutely nothing can survive, then what does before and after even mean when time itself may be part of the thing that disappears? What happens next changes everything. Because one day, unimaginably far from now, every star you see may be gone. The final mystery is whether the universe dies, or simply becomes something we don't yet have the